So cool. 3 levels of communication, right? The surface level, action level, transformational level. You always start the surface, obviously, and you get to level 2, which is action, and you get to level 3, which is transformation. That's the deepest level that you kind of want to get to on a sales call, or just, a sales cycle, you can also call it. And these allow your questions get deeper and deeper and form more emotional connections at the deeper you get into the sales cycle, right? Allowing your prospect to open up and ultimately make more impactful decisions, right? So let's start off surface level, right? Number one. So at this stage of the conversation, this is where if you're in the DMs or if you're on a call, like if you just start the call and you ask them basic questions like, what's your age, height and weight? What do you want to accomplish? You just straightforward questions that have straightforward answers, allowing you to gather essential information. However, this alone won't reveal like the deep motivations behind their decisions, right? Here you have to start the conversation to just get the ball rolling, build momentum, get them in a state of answering questions and then moving on. Because when you're in this process of like connecting with someone, like as you're the authority and you're the coach in this scenario, you kind of need to put them into a rhythm of question answer, kind of build that flow. And you start that by gathering information and just asking them straightforward questions. Because if they're not in a flow of question answer, that's when they come into the call. And like in the previous sessions that we spoke about the straight line, they just come in and start talking about their dog, their kids, their school, whatever, because there's no real flow or like a control of the conversation.
Yeah.
So you start that off, and then when you get that going, you kind of got a little bit of information and they're in the flow of question answer. You then move on to the action level, right? Level 2 of the sales cycle. And this is the next step, because when you get to the action level, you're starting to understand more about their why, the reasons behind getting onto this. You're uncovering the deeper meaning behind their goals, the challenges and reasons for just seeking a solution. This helps you transition from just talking about what they're doing to understanding why they're doing it. And of course, understanding why is the game changer, because once you have that for yourself, of course, it's good to understand why the prospect's on the phone. But when they say it out loud or they say on text why they're doing it, they're reaffirming their beliefs, that they're making it clear to themselves that this is what they're doing. Because have you ever been in a situation where you thought to yourself, like why am I even doing this? And so you just stop because like you didn't even think like you couldn't give yourself a valid answer. That's what happens to a lot of people who stop responding to you on DMs, or maybe people who stop end the call during a sales call, or like they just don't continue because they think to themselves like, why am I even doing this? So you have to uncover that for them to get them to really understand like their deep rooted reasons for why they're even taking this step. So as an example, when you say to them, why are you thinking about getting business coaching at this stage? The prospect says, I've been struggling to grow my client base and I feel like I'm stuck doing the same thing over and over without seeing much progress. Right now you're getting to that real reason why, the real pain that's causing them to take this step. And that's key in any process. And then of course, beyond the facts and just helping the prospects articulate the reasons that they're seeking for help, they're also starting to open up about the challenge they may face. They're kind of opening doors for you, because if they say to you, like in this example, I'm feeling stuck doing the same thing over and over again without seeing much progress, you now have got a whole new door of problems that they feel stuck. They're not seeing progress. Now you can go deeper and deeper and then make the problem so much bigger for them and for you. So when you attach your service, it's a no-brainer. And for them, they feel like they need to make a change because the problem is just so large. So you're really going to allow yourself to position yourself as a potential solution to their problem. And then once you do that, you've attached yourself as a solution. It's now the transformation level, right? You identify like who they are and their emotions at the deepest level, and you aim to tap into the prospect's identity and emotions. This is where you uncover like the deepest fears, desires, and what this change will truly mean to them on a personal level. And at this stage, you're helping them see how solving this problem is just not only going to impact them, but how others perceive them, how they they attack the day, how they wake up, how they sleep, everything. Who they are as a parent, brother, sister. That's the emotional and transformational level that you get to if you earn the right to get there, by getting them into that flow, asking them action levels, understanding their why, and then allowing them to attach to that deeper place of what's really taking them here. Because the why is good, but the why can only get you to justify it, right? But the transformation level gets you to, okay, I've got to fucking do this. I've got to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Because it's that jump to like there's no going back. So again, an example, if you were to ask someone, right, what would it mean to you if you were able to grow your business the way you want? The prospect says it would be life-changing. I'd feel like I'm achieving success and that I've been working so hard for. That is allowing you again to get deeper when they say life-changing. How's that going to change your life? You know, in terms of you've been working so hard for this, you know, when you get eventually to that point where you see the results and all that hard work's paid off, like what would that feel like? What's that going to mean to you? And again, they're going to tell you that it's going to feel everything like it's going to feel proud. It means I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to be able to do that. And then when they start telling you all of that stuff, and then you say to them, my service here is going to allow you to turn that vision into reality, there's a very low chance that they say no, because they've attached that. Yeah, exactly. It's powerful. Like they've connected it. So you're not just talking about business growth anymore. You're tapping into their emotions, identity, and you've created a picture of a transformation showing the prospect that what they want is truly bigger than just business or fitness or whatever, but the feeling of success, fulfillment, and confidence that comes with it is huge, you know, powerful, right? So the overall summary, you know, surface level is, you know, the kind of the what. You gather the basic facts. Facts is essential for context, but won't reveal the prospect's deeper needs. Action level, you understand their motivations, you uncover the reasons behind the decisions, you get closer to their pain points and goals. Then lastly, transformation level, you tap into their emotions and identity, you help the prospect see the bigger picture, the life-changing impact that your solution can have on them. And then by guiding them through these levels, you build that deeper connection with your prospects, you help them feel more understood, they're more willing to open up, and this allows you to just position yourself as the service that they need, an offer that's going to change not only their physical state, but transformational state as well, physically and mentally. So overall, that's the 3 levels of communication broken down. Any questions, boys?